This conference will now be recorded.
Always a delay. It always feels like that. It didn't say it this time. It says it is.
All right, Monday, May 3rd, 2021 at the Town Hall at 4058 County Road in Cottage Grove, Wisconsin at 7 p.m. We'll have a public hearing to be held on the proposed ordinance to regulate town yard waste drop-off site. Does anyone have any questions? Comment? The board, any questions on the ordinance? Hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn the public hearing?
I move we adjourn.
Motion by DePlay, second by Williams to adjourn the public hearing. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. The town board will hold a public meeting immediately following the public hearing. And due to the COVID-19 pandemic, you can join the meeting by GoToMeeting. We have a quorum present. The meeting was posted at the town hall and on the website. I'll call the meeting to order and we'll stand for the flag pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You have minutes from 3 meetings.
I will move the minutes that were in our packet on April 19th, and the special town board meeting from April 30th, and the road and park inspection minutes from April 30th as printed.
Second.
Motion by Williams, second by DePlay to approve the minutes for April 19th, April 30th. The road and park inspection and the special town board meeting on April 30th as presented. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Finance report and approval of bills. Have you ever gotten that one check back that was mailed to the wrong address? Post office still has it.
Somewhere.
Yeah,
That could be
somewhere.
Forever.
Could be in Kansas.
The Flynn Hall deck materials, was that installed or not yet?
The line's got the deck all, the floor all installed on Saturday. Mark still has to finish putting the railings up in the ADA railing for the ramp.
I'll move approval of checks 34,620 through 34,667 be paid with check 34,580 voided.
Motion by DePlay. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Fonger to approve checks 34,620 through 34,667 with check 34,580 being voided. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. You also have in your packet the unaudited cash and investment balance of $2,606,624.83. And you have the April per diems.
I'd move approval as presented for the per diem.
Motion by Andrews, is there a second by Duplace to approve the per diems for April as presented? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Anything else?
No, I can think of.
All right. Next item is public concerns. Public's opportunity to speak to the town board about any subject that is not a specific agenda item. Mr. Fonger.
Yeah, I'd just like to bring up for the people that live to the west of Bus Road, and as you know, they own to the center line there. And they have not been, they've been sort of kept with many questions about what's going on there in the village. The only thing they've ever got from the village is one letter 2 weeks ago that said that they're gonna have trouble getting into their houses when they start working. And I've had calls, 3 different neighbors there about this. And it's about time that the village at least has them come down and talks to these people or whatever, so they know what's going on. There's nothing about taxes. It's nothing that they own, that, you know, that they've even been told that they own the, you know, to the middle of the road by the village, and it's not right. The whole thing is not right. And I don't know what we can do about it, but it's just terrible.
They annexed it.
Yep.
Anyone else under public concerns? All right, moving on. Any road right-of-way permits?
None.
I think might have to take a break and go look at that in a minute, because I think I might have forgot to give you one. It seems like there should be one.
Okay,
Let's maybe come back to that.
sure. All right, the next item is discuss and consider the cost of materials to rebuild picnic tables at Flynn Hall. We got 4 picnic tables down there that need refurbishing. And the Boy Scouts, Eagle Scout is willing to do that. The materials come to $478.65. I assume we'd probably take that out of maybe parks.
He is here, if you have any questions or anything for him.
Another thing, the wood, it might cost less because Mark Kundra, he talked to me about maybe downsizing the benches because they would be very heavy and they might ruin the deck if we were to make them heavier. So I'm going with 6-foot boards rather than 8-foot boards.
Okay,
Should bring the overall cost down.
sure. And then are you gonna, when you put them back together, are you gonna make one end handicap
Yes,
accessible?
Yes, on 2 of the benches will be handicap accessible.
Okay.
Mhm.
My guy.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm looking for a motion to approve not to exceed 475 and then it come out of Parks budget.
478.
I'll make that motion to less than 480. Just for,
Second.
Motion by Duplace, second was by Fonger.
Yep.
To approve not to exceed 480 and for the money to come out of park expense. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
These are for parks?
Well, we'll probably, there's 4 of them there and they fill up the deck. So we may take 1 or 2 out
All right.
that we can move to a park, because I don't think you're going to need all of them on
Okay.
on there. So do you need us to order the material?
Yeah, how would I?
Give Dan or Kim the list and we can order it from Nelson Lumber and have them deliver it.
Correct.
to Flynn Hall.
You'll just have them deliver it down there.
Yeah,
So if you want to update that list for different board sizes maybe, and then send that to us.
All right.
we can get it ordered and then they'll just bill us and
Yeah.
you supply the manpower.
All right.
All
Sounds
right,
good.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next item is to discuss and consider adoption of Town of Cottage Grove Ordinance 16.06 Town Yard Waste Drop-Off Site.
You see that I found two paragraphs basically earlier in chapter 16 that included yard waste, and I changed the definition in that first section a little bit and changed what it consists of in that section D under 16027. That was the only other mentions I found of yard waste anywhere.
Mhm.
And then there's one other thing that I caught after I sent your packet out on number 4 on the back. I forgot to change Public Works Director to Highway Superintendent, but I'll catch that for the final. So I did run this by Attorney Cole and he thought it looked fine. We have to publish a summary of it because there are forfeitures involved. So we have to publish a summary and then it could go in effect as early as the day after publication, although we probably will still be waiting for signs at that point.
Yeah,
Any idea on how long the signs are gonna take?
Another week and a half, probably.
Another week and a half?
I would move adoption of Town of Cottage Grove Code of Ordinance. 2020.
no,
Yeah, that's what you're actually, she's right, because that includes the other sections that have amendments to them.
Establishing town yard waste drop-off site with the change on D on 4 on the back from Public Works Director to Highway Superintendent.
motion by Williams. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by DePlay to approve Town of Cottage Grove Ordinance 2020-45-03, establishing a town yard waste drop-off site with the only change being Public Works Director to Highway Superintendent. Any other discussion on the motion?
Just one question now. As I was weeding my garden this weekend, I came across some like brush that was kind of woody. I mean, what is that? Is that like,
Is it from a tree?
Is it a stick or is it a stalk?
There's a difference.
it's a bush that is overgrown,
Then it's a stick.
okay?
So that's brush.
And it's not acceptable.
Stalk is hollow in the center, therefore it's not brush.
Okay.
Burn it.
It's the
I was
definition.
gonna burn it anyway. but-
Yeah,
okay. Oh, good.
That's I was just curious for,
That's the difference in the definition. Was what I was told. The stalk and the stick.
Yeah,
Think of it that way. A stalk is hollow.
right.
All the nutrients run up the outside and the center is porous.
Okay,
So
there you go.
All right. Moving on to the Plan Commission recommendations.
I don't think we voted.
So we didn't vote.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
I,
Opposed, same sign, motion carried. Then moving to Plan Commission recommendation. First item, discuss, consider application by Barron Surveying. It's Vicky Kraus is the landowner to rezone 10 acres from AT 35 to HC for sale to Capital Holdings LLC to expand their existing commercial site to rezone the remaining 28.6 acres to RM16 for zoning compliance. And the Plan Commission recommend approval of the rezone of the 10 acres from AT 35 to HC with the same restrictions and allowable uses as the adjacent commercial property owned by Capital Holdings LLC, and to rezone the 28.6 acres from AT 35 to RM 16 for zoning compliance. And that motion carried 7-0. Questions? Motions?
I'll move approval of my commission's recommendation.
Motion by Anders. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Duplay to accept the Plan Commission's recommendation. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
I,
Opposed, same sign. Abstentions, motion carried. So I don't know when you're on for the county, but
nor do I.
July?
Scroll up a bit, Deb, and find the county application. It's 5/25, no, down again. The top of that page, public hearing date 5/25/21, May 25th
The 25th?
of May. Yep.
last Tuesday of the month in May.
That sounds a little better.
Hmm?
That sounds a little better when she said, I thought you said July, and I thought, oh my God.
Okay,
So
the
is that
next,
the last step in this process or what?
pardon?
Do I have to go to somebody else after them?
No, I think after the
That's
county,
the crowd.
you'll just go to the county board, and as long as there's no opposition, there wasn't any here, they'll pass it on the 25th, and the county will take care of it at their next county board meeting.
Okay.
So the next item on Plan Commission had was discuss and consider application by Coparts of Connecticut Incorporated for site approval of a 6-acre expansion of the Copart facility to offset loss of land taken by Wisconsin DOT for the safety improvement project. And
Huge thing.
Plan Commission moved to approve the site plan as amended with the addition of evergreen plantings in the triangle outside of the fence on the west side adjacent to the new county AB. That motion passed 7-0. And I think what she has up there is the last plans that we had. This is what DOT is saying that intersection is going to look like.
Oh.
Wow, what a, she's gonna try to point out where that triangle is.
It's that, okay.
It's the part that disappeared.
Yeah,
Just to the left of their building.
I mean,
Three roundabouts.
Yep,
That's the
two on the south side, one on the north.
That's our lead lane cul-de-sac there, huh?
really.
Yeah, and I've asked DOT for the plans for that, and I haven't gotten anything.
There's none of that here yet even. Is someone comes on here. Wow.
Any question?
What's an archaeological site? What's the deal with that?
Well, they have to have the state historical look at it to make sure that there's
Is it
nothing.
something they found or,
No, they haven't.
oh,
but there
so they
was
just have to have somebody, oh my God.
sufficient, so they'll have to take a
Rumor
look at
has
it
Oh, my
to make sure that there isn't anything there.
Has that already happened, Chris? Have they?
They've contacted them, they said at the meeting, but I don't know that they've been out there.
I think some kids had a bonfire and drank some half blue ribbon out there about 20 years ago, so
I mean.
that's what I heard.
A full tab,
No.
not a
Wow.
a full tab, a full tab.
Well, there are archaeological sites in the greater area.
Right,
Mhm. Right.
so they just have to prove that there aren't any there, somebody has to look at it.
I had a softball out there a few years ago.
Not there, you didn't.
Yeah.
Too many trees.
Right where it was.
Yeah, it's that hill that's covered in trees,
Yeah.
pretty much. Questions?
I'll move approval of the Plan Commission's recommendations.
Motion by Anders, second by Duplay, to approve the Plan Commission's recommendation. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item is to discuss and consider quotes to perform right-of-way acquisition for the Uphoff Road and Femrite Drive Bridge reconstruction projects.
Can you help me understand this a little bit more? I'm having trouble visualizing, to be honest. Are they wanting to extend the, I read your email from today about
Oh,
the
the guardrail?
guardrails. Is that what they're trying to do, is
Yes.
extend them?
Yes,
And for what reason?
safety.
Safety.
Because remember at that public involvement meeting,
Ayers was here talking about that.
and Kathy Christoph was on and asked about it, and you guys voted to go ahead and extend them. I don't know, it's not all because of the extensions, but they need some right of way, either temporarily or permanently in a couple of spots. And some of those guardrails added more to that, but I think there was some needed anyway.
Okay. Thank you. I was here. I remember hearing that now, but it was, I was looking at those pages.
Yeah, they're overwhelming.
Yeah,
Speed rating a guardrail back when they were built was nothing like it is now, so.
Yeah.
Well, is there a time crunch on us? That seems to be what
The one holder seems to be concerned about that, and if they strictly follow, I don't know, like I said, this is all mind boggling to me
Yeah.
too. But there's protocols or whatever, because it's a state funded project, but according to Ayers, they treat it as though it's federally funded because it could turn that way at any time. I don't know, but
well, there's federal funds and then there's county funds, but
Yeah.
federal goes to the state, so.
yeah, but anyway, because the feds are or potentially could be involved, there's protocols that have to be followed. And so they're, if they follow all those, they feel like, or at least this one bidder felt like there's a crunch there. It depends a lot on, how long the negotiations take with the property owners to come
Yeah.
up with a price. So,
How many appraisals you need and.
yeah.
So, decide not to sell, the condemnation process.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we're in.
No,
The people that are going to be approached are the same people that wanted the guardrails, so I don't think we're going to be in that situation, and neither does Ayers. But anyway, it is tight, I guess, but I think it's doable. Ayers seems to think that it's plenty doable.
The question I have, and I haven't been able to figure out why, is why all of a sudden is there a time crunch?
I don't know I don't know how we got behind on this, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
I'm kind of curious about the same thing, because
Yeah,
the last time we had a contact with Ayers, everything was smooth sailing.
yeah, I know. And then a couple weeks ago, she asked if we had somebody lined up to do this, and I'm like, wait, what? So, yeah, I don't know if I missed something or what. I didn't.
Well, Ayers had the last meeting that we ever had with them, they still hadn't determined how much right away we needed.
That's true, because
And
we
or
asked them,
temporary,
we
yeah.
asked them right after the first of the year. Remember, they were finalizing some
Yes.
acronym, and that we didn't know what that was, and then we would be able to go out and get quotes. So I think they just did that, so I don't think it's us. But I don't.
No,
think-
I don't think so
I
either.
don't think that they maybe anticipated that it was gonna be as concerning as it seems to be to these consultants.
Yeah.
You know, I think they maybe think that it's gonna be pretty easy because of who it is that we're going to.
So who handles it then? They do?
This
Air
consultant,
consultant.
Okay.
this consultant has to do, they have to be like licensed or something to do this acquisition process.
Yeah.
It's not ours, they can't do it, we can't do it, we have to hire a third
So
party.
we should have asked them or Air should have asked them.
We have to ask them, but I didn't get the feeling that they had completed everything that they needed us to provide when we asked for it until just recently.
Yeah.
So in other words, we have to decide whether we're gonna,
Which one of these we want to go with?
so 13,000 or 11,000, roughly.
Right.
Is there a difference in what we're getting from one than from the other or what?
No. They look to be pretty much the same.
Well, then I would make a motion that we take the cheaper of the two.
Terra Venture.
Yeah.
Motion by
Longer.
Fonger to go with
Can
Terra
I just
Venture.
Can I just interrupt for a second? One thing I do know is Amanda said that this Fred Gruber, she's worked with him recently. She felt confident that he could get this done.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she's worked with him more recently, but yes, he has more money. So I just thought you better have that
So
information.
where do we get this money from? Undesignated funds?
Yep. For-
Well, both companies have got to be under the same scrutiny to do the same thing.
Right.
I just wanted to make
Well,
sure.
That's
you-
surprising somebody would even say that, really.
Because they gave us a huge list of, I don't know, there must have been 40 names on that list that you could,
a lot of
choose
them
from.
Were multiple names from the same companies.
Yeah.
And a lot of them weren't anywhere near here. And so,
It's just one she's a good experience with, probably.
anyway.
So how does the rest of the board feel?
did we have a second?
I'll second for discussion first.
Second by Duplay to go with Terra Venture Advisors. Discussion.
I want to hear what the rest of the board thinks.
It's all new. We've never had to acquire land like this before for a project like this. So I don't think anyone's ever gone through this before. But
Both appearing in reputable companies and,
they're on the list from the state.
yeah, so.
So
Right.
on the motion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Then we need to review the 2021-22 non-metallic mining permit renewal applications, set a date for the public hearing. And you have Rocky Rights, you have Gaston Road, you got the Score Pit.
None of them have any changes indicated for their operation plans. So all they did is provide the, usual application, one-page application, as well as their certificates of insurance.
Did you get certificate from Rocky Right?
I talked
Oh, yeah, backside.
I talked to Dan Everson at the county. He doesn't have any complaints or on record or any concerns about any of them, so.
I haven't received any complaints on any of them
So
last year either.
the purpose of it being on this agenda is in case you guys had more questions and wanted more information before you actually were to act on it. If you don't have any, then you can just set a public hearing date, and that's always usually the first Monday in June. I don't see any reason to do anything different than that.
June 7th.
Yeah.
Are we
You
gonna,
need a motion for that?
Yeah.
I move we
Set the date
set
of
the
June
date for
7th.
the public hearing on the non-metallic mining permit as June 7th, 2021.
Motion by Duplay, second by Williams to set the date for the non-metallic mining permit renewals for June 7th, 2021.
That's easy.
Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item, discuss and consider approval of the 21-22 committee appointments.
So I shaded the new people entirely, so Mike Slinger would replace Phil Baltman on the plan commission. And I also just shaded the other ones that are with renewals with new terms ending. So there, on the Parks Committee, there are 3 new people. They're all, one person, Don Huberts, did not want to serve anymore. We had 3 new people interested, and so Chris thought, go ahead and just add more people to that committee. It probably can't hurt.
Yeah.
That's about it. Oh, I should have shaded Weed and Weed Commissioner. Justin Madsen would be new at that this time.
You know, when you want to swear him in.
Tomorrow, he wants to.
Yeah.
I move approval of the 21-22 committee appointments.
Motion by Duplay, second by Williams to approve the committee appointments. Well, the history.
Oh, I'm missing Steve.
You missed having Steve Andrews
Yeah.
from the town
Okay, I
board
thought he
on the
got fired
plan.
first.
Because we have to have 2
So,
board members.
so is that to add him? Do you want to add that to your motion, Mike?
Yeah.
I'll include that in my second.
You sure we didn't want to find them?
The motion in the second was to add Steve Andrews to the plan commission he was left off and to approve all other appointments. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item, discuss and consider closing town office except by appointment on Fridays between Memorial Day and Labor Day. Is that a motion?
I move approval of closing the town office on Fridays between Memorial Day and Labor Day in 2021.
Except if
Except
there's
by appointment.
motion by Williams, second by Duplay to close the town office on Fridays between Memorial Day and Labor Day, except by appointment only. Discussion.
Yes.
Yeah, me
Kim,
too.
how do they keep from ruining your Friday if I call up
I'm
at?
not gonna let them. I mean,
No, I'm just saying, it just,
I'm not gonna be gone every Friday. I don't expect to be gone every Friday, but
no,
so if I'm here, I'll be here, and I might even have the door open, but if and if they call and they want something on a Friday and I'm not out of town, that's great, but I'm not gonna stay home because of it either.
no, but I'm just saying, what happens if they call you and say at 12 o'clock on Thursday, hey, can I come by on Friday? When you may have already had plans.
If I have plans, I'll say, I'm
Maybe
sorry,
reschedule.
there's no appointments available
Oh,
tomorrow,
okay.
or,
All right.
or I might say, if you can be here at 8 o'clock, because I'm not leaving till 10 o'clock. I mean, I'm gonna be selfish on it, though.
Oh, no, that's fine. I just,
You'll be here until
Some,
she's gone.
unless I'm gone, so.
Okay, so there will be nobody here on Fridays unless somebody calls and says they want
No.
to meet somebody.
That's not true.
She'll still be
I'll
here.
be here, I may or may not,
Most.
That was my question.
but
Yeah.
it'll allow me to.
But you
have-
could
have a
decide,
chance to
You know,
use
for
the-
that day, you might not be here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, but if they, and if they call and I'm not gonna be gone, I'm certainly gonna help them. But I'm not gonna change my schedule for people, I guess, in this case.
sure.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Any other discussion
Right.
on that motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
While he does his update, you listen in case he has anything I need to write down. I'm gonna go look and make sure. there's
Check
no
for the road right-of-way permits. Public Works.
No, hold on. we've got everything all set for the yard waste.
Signs are ordered,
Signs are ordered, truck,
cameras up.
yep, cameras up, extenders up, tarp is on the truck. We're all set up with Purple Cow. We've got to sign and send, right? Yep. Other than that, we got that all ready to go. We did road inspections Friday. That went good, I thought. I'll get my list together so we can do bid opening.
So when do you think you want to do bid opening?
Well, we got published.
Right.
Until Tim comes back before we talk about when I think it has to be so long, right? 15 days or something.
45 days?
Is that how long it is? I don't remember how long.
Probably that last week of May.
Yeah, if not sooner, if possible.
Okay.
But yeah, I can get her copies of everything tomorrow.
And then the cul-de-sac at Janelle Lane, you have to bid that separately
Yeah, Town and Country's gonna have to help us with that.
because that's got trip money.
Nope. Not the cul-de-sac,
The roadway did.
the roadway did.
Yeah.
But I have no drawings or anything of what they're doing, what we're gonna do there yet.
Yeah.
They haven't shared any of that information yet, so.
You have to get that from him on Thursday when you see him beat him up.
I asked. They haven't even surveyed out there yet, so we need to crack the whip on that.
Yeah.
The guys told me to mention they're loving the new mowers, so thank you. They're going good. They're a lot faster than our old ones. It's crazy. Just the ground they cover. Yeah, so standing, they like it so far. It's easier on the back so far, so.
They're standing?
Yeah, they're standers. You stand up on them.
Like a chariot.
That's gotta be.
Basically, yeah. Yeah, and that's all I had.
Well, they found 3 rocks to put in front of the radio room at the fire station because we couldn't get plants to grow there. So we found, I think, 3 nice boulders to place there that at least gives it some, takes away some of the blah from.
Yeah, we just had them down here in our rock pile. I just picked through it a little bit.
Yeah,
And they were noticed.
were they?
Yeah, at an emergency
Yeah.
government meeting. It was brought up by Eric Lane.
Yeah,
That's good.
we'll wait for the clerk.
Yeah, we got everything seeded over there too. All the dirt work we did, fixed up along all the blacktop at the fire station. Got that all seeded.
Do you have a road right of way permit?
I found one.
Oh, okay. New gas service. Should I give you the right address? You get the wrong street written down on the map. You get Conestoga. Should be Wooded Ridge Trail, it says.
Is that the new development?
Yeah, this is new gas service installed to the house.
This all because of we haven't got.
They shouldn't have numbers, though, street numbers yet, though. He's got 2208 Wooded Ridge Trail.
Well, if we got a permit, they should have a street.
Have they issued them already? On the other ones, there wasn't one. That's what I was wondering.
It depends on if they've been to the county yet for their county.
Yeah,
road permit.
that should be the house that just Tim O'Brien just kind of got up. Yeah.
So if we approve this, yeah, how do you know that that's?
He's got it on the front. He's got the address. He's got the.
He's
wrong
got
street on
he's got the wrong street on his drawing.
Oh,
That's the only, that's the only wrong.
okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
All right.
We can correct that when we send it back to him.
Yeah.
He has the name right here.
Yes,
Work, that's
Wooded.
right.
Wooded Ridge.
Yeah, it's right with the address on the drawing. I just noticed the streets, it's kind of so.
So is there a motion to approve the work in the road right away at 2208 Wooded Ridge?
So moved.
Motion by Duplace, second by Williams, and this was Alliant Energy for gas service. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Kim, there was discussion on doing the road bids, when we would be able to schedule opening them.
Okay.
How long does that have to be posted?
You could publish it. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's good trip money involved this year.
Okay. It's probably 15 days.
That's what I thought it
It usually
was.
is at least 15.
So will we be able to get it
For the
out
last-
there today, this week?
We can try, I guess.
So if like the publication, if you get it to me by Friday, I think they can publish it by Tuesday or Wednesday next week.
So then we could open them on the 28th.
They count.
That'd be the
15
15th.
days.
We'd have our 15 days.
28.
Sure.
28. Yeah.
See, this
Oh, yeah,
Thursday,
that Friday morning, you mean?
Yeah.
Friday's
Yeah.
the 7th. We
That should
print it
work.
12th. 28th, we could open them
Yeah.
10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whatever,
I think we usually do 10, yeah, that'll work.
whatever you want to do on that Friday.
Okay.
All right, clerk's office, update.
I don't think I have much.
How are we doing on that open records?
I gave it all, told them what it would cost, and I haven't heard a peep.
They haven't gotten back.
Nobody has.
So,
Nobody.
so it was making us worry and work. And
Which I figured, but you still gotta do it.
yeah, it's just,
Mhm.
have we ever made you the official listing official for dogs?
Official listing official.
Town has to keep track of dog owners are required to obtain a license in this week's magazine or
I
the
don't
month.
think we have an official dog license listed, no.
Well, I'm gonna,
Times it's the treasurer, but in our town, it's the clerk that actually issues them, so.
yeah, if villages is automatically the clerk, but town, we have to designate a person to be the listing official.
Okay.
So we should do that at the next meeting.
Do you have any takers?
Why do we have to have an official listing?
That's what the state says.
Well, it makes some extra jobs at higher levels, that's all.
So who's got to go around picking up all the dog poop then?
Not those guys.
The owner. Board reports and communications. We talked about the guardrail at Uphoff. Last Thursday, we had, I had negotiations, they said, with landfill. And basically, the city and the county don't want to pay anything to people in Area C any more than those that are all already getting it. So anybody that's new from 93, after 93 isn't going to get anything. For area A+, they were going to give them 20%, A12 and B12, and the town gets we get our 12. And by the time they're all done with the expansion, they figure it's 10 years. And
So where are they gonna go in 10 years? I'm just curious as to where possibly they could have some kind of site.
you know where it is, but they don't want to say it.
Yeah. And they won't.
And that's
so-
just wrong.
Yeah.
That's just wrong.
Because they already own it.
Ah,
Well, they also own Witchpellets Farm too.
Yeah, but they can't
I know, I'm just saying.
put
it's just-
enough there because of the wetlands to the back of it.
Right. No, I understand. It's just,
So.
I would think Ho Chunk would have a big problem with that,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it would be
I'm sure
interesting.
they're probably working out some payment to them.
Yeah,
you bet. Money talks.
But I think that's all that I had. Committee reports, we had emergency government.
we had a little meeting, a Zoom meeting about what you do with debris if there's a tornado or a flood, and it was interesting, I guess. And they had a few of the, like Mazamani and who was it, Black Earth?
Yep.
And their biggest problem was that they don't work together in emergency government with the villages and the towns. And now they're looking at, well, maybe we should work closer together. And here the village did just the opposite for us. They moved away from us.
Yeah,
And but we're bigger than Black Earth and Mazamani together. Our township is,
yeah.
so their towns are very, very small, actually.
So
Other than
are there hurdles that we would have to go through with the state or DNR?
Not really. We're lucky because we're right by the dump. They had containers, hundreds of containers they brought in, believe it or not.
Containers,
To all these little towns,
containers was the biggest obstacle. It
and they
seemed
had
like.
set them up all over. And people could bring all their stuff and throw their debris in, depending on what it was for.
Yeah, they'd have them labeled, which each container, what you could put
You'd
in.
have
what-
waste, like we have our 2 garbage cans, but they
Right.
have like 3-4 different sites, different stuff where you bring certain things. And
But if it was a tornado and we had a lot of wood,
that's for wood too. We'd have to set up a place where you bring your wood.
can we set up a place where we could burn it
I presume we probably could.
rather
I would
than,
think.
They said we could, it just,
Yeah.
then that you get approved by the DNR, obviously.
Yeah, but
You're
everybody's involved,
yeah,
big time, so. I think one of the big things with us would be, of course, Kashkonong Creek. It'd be just, there'd be so much stuff down in the creek there. That would be something that maybe the other places may not have that problem,
right.
with how much water is coming down through there, so. Other than that, it was good information. So we're up to speed a little bit there, and we discussed a few other things. The other thing, Kim gave me a list of who has taken the courses that everybody's supposed to, if you're involved with local government, and very few, well, the 3 of us have, but I don't think very few other people have. You've taken, I'm not sure if you've taken any, have you?
Just the one level thing.
There's supposedly 3 that everybody should take. I've only taken 2. And Randy Gaber's taken like all of them.
Yeah,
But you should check with her and see what you haven't taken. You go on and it's online.
First one.
Doesn't cost anything or anything, and so it's,
You're into 200 and 400,
Yeah.
and then you gotta go somewhere.
yeah.
Therefore,
But these are the basics that everybody on the town board is supposed to have.
One was the video that I watched,
Yeah.
yeah.
pretty much.
And it's very simple. You're not like graded or anything, so I mean, but you get a certificate, and it's just one more thing, that's all. So,
okay.
and we changed to the second Tuesday of the month for our meetings, because we have, 2 of us have American Legion meeting at the 3rd Tuesday. But we won't have a meeting this coming one because we just had one. But we want to buy a new printer for downstairs. And Dan, did you find jackets or anything? Weren't you gonna check?
I found vests, those green colored,
And where did you find them?
in that very first filing cabinet, the very bottom drawer, there's a bag in there that looks like it only had one out.
Well,
So
I'll
there
take a
must
look.
be-
I'll take a look.
6 of them or so in it.
Okay.
And then either the next one or the furthest one away from that corner, there's one emergency blanket
In the tractor?
in the lock, in the filing cabinet.
Okay. Okay.
Do
I
you,
never looked.
do you think we need to store any bottled water for any disaster?
I wouldn't think, I think we've got enough stores around here that I wouldn't see it as a major problem.
Okay,
Not that I would think. That never has come up at all.
Piggly Wiggly usually has like, they get their water in
Massive.
truckloads
Yeah.
in the summertime.
It might be interesting that's something we could look at to say that who we'd go to if we needed water.
well,
Let's put it that
at
way.
least here, we're on
Yeah.
village water,
Yeah,
so we would be able to draw from their tank. If we had some way of packaging it, if somebody, if
Well, the
American
only-
Heritage needed it or something.
but most everybody here is on a well.
Right,
So the only problem would be if all the electricity went off.
Yeah.
Obviously, it would be a problem.
generators.
Brr.
Well, not everybody has a generator, but
So that's something to look at. We can discuss that.
yeah.
Okay, the Deerfield EMS has been experiencing some vehicle issues with the ambulances in
Mhm.
a few weeks.
Maintenance problems, you mean? Or I saw they were parked out on the road between here and Deerfield on the side of the road last week. So something must have happened.
You know what, Edie died,
Yeah,
and which one had the front axle?
Front axle?
they've had significant issues.
One of his Dodges.
Oh, gosh. How many miles you got on them now, Chris?
78 and 56, I think.
Yeah, 80,000 miles of just Sunday driving.
Probably.
Had 2,000 to 3,000 more miles on. 78.
Ah,
Boy,
I move we adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Duplain, second by Williams, it's non-debatable. Well, did anybody in the audience have anything else?
Yeah, waste thing. So that's gonna be right out here.
Yes, at that far north end of the lot. Pardon?
Yeah, probably a couple of weeks for sure, yep. Yeah.
Then the timing of it, so yeah, it goes between certain hours or something.
Anytime.
I didn't know. if it-
Anytime.
I thought in the thing it said that there might be some times or fees or anything like that.
That's usually only where you've got an attendant there.
Depends on how well people behave.
Yeah, we have you on camera, so.
Yeah,
You
so I
got-
should smile when I'm there.
Wave, wave.
Yeah, that's right.
no mooning.
Like I do with every camera.
Okay, all those in favor of the motion for adjournment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you.